asked Pompeo not to go after reports that North Korea was not taking steps to denuclearize. The State Department has not commented on the allegations.
Molly Tippett's father giving a heart-wrenching final goodbye to his daughter, who was tragically murdered by an illegal immigrant. Rob Tibbetts speaking to thousands packed inside Molly's former high school gymnasium, saying, quote, "Today we need to turn the page. We're at the end of a long ordeal, but we need to turn toward life, Molly's life, because Molly's nobody's victim. Molly's my hero." The Iowa college student was found dead last week in a cornfield following a month-long search. Christian Rivera, you see him there, is accused of chasing and kidnapping Molly before killing her.
All right, we are expected to learn more today about the memorial services for Senator John McCain, who died over the weekend at the age of 81.
Alicia Cunha is live in Phoenix, where the first in a series of memorials will take place. Good morning, Alicia.
Good morning, Jackie. Good morning, Rob. And we are expecting a briefing later this morning from the late senator's former campaign manager and family spokesperson. Give us additional details on how this American hero is going to be honored. The first of the ceremonies will be here in Arizona. On Wednesday, his casket will be brought to the state capitol building, where he will lie in state for public viewing. This will be after a private ceremony with his family. On Thursday, McCain's motorcade will leave the state capitol grounds for a service at the North Phoenix Baptist Church. At the conclusion of what his office is calling a celebration of his life and legacy, his casket will be flown to Washington, D.C., where he will lie in state at the U.S. Capitol Rotunda, and then following a memorial service at Washington National Cathedral. And as per his wishes, he will be buried at the cemetery at the Naval Academy at Annapolis, Maryland. One way his colleagues in the Senate may be looking to honor the man so many of them respected is an idea being floated by Senate Minority Leader Democrat Chuck Schumer. He says he will introduce a resolution to name the Russell Senate office building after McCain.
He was always willing to speak truth to power at a time when there are so few people who do that. Because he was a truth seeker, he didn't let parties stand in the way of truth.
And Arizona Senator Jeff Flake told Face the Nation that he would like to be the first Republican to co-sponsor this resolution, making this a bipartisan effort. Jackie, Rob.
Alicia, thank you. We appreciate it. Pope Francis refusing to comment after he's accused of covering up sexual abuse by a top cardinal. The pontiff telling reporters on a flight back from Ireland, quote, "Read the document carefully and judge it for yourselves. I will not say one word on this." That document from a former Vatican diplomat claims a pope knew about Theodore McCarrick's abuse of lower priests 5 years ago. McCarrick resigned last month. The UN's top court will start hearing Iran's lawsuit over U.S. sanctions today. The Middle Eastern nation hoping to get them lifted. It's the latest round in the battle between the two nations, which heated up when President Trump pulled the U.S. from the 2015 Iran nuclear deal, leading to a series of sanctions. The U.S. government has not responded to the lawsuit, but will have a chance in court to do so tomorrow.
All right, President Trump's set to host the president of Kenya at the White House today. He and Uhuru Kenyatta will discuss trade and security. Kenyatta will also meet with American business leaders while in Washington. He'll be the second African leader to meet with President Trump at the White House. Candidates making their final pitch to voters today before critical primaries tomorrow. In Arizona, Congresswoman Martha McSally, former state senator Kelly Ward, and former Maricopa County Sheriff Joe Arpaio are vying for the Republican nod for retiring Jeff Flake's Senate seat. In Florida, Trump-endorsed Congressman Ron DeSantis squares off against Adam Putnam in the GOP primary for the governor of Florida. And current Republican Governor Rick Scott is the favorite to win the Senate primary, setting up a showdown against incumbent Democrat Bill Nelson. And that could be a very close race there in Florida to keep an eye on.
Hawaii comes out swinging and doesn't look back. The Little Leaguers from the Aloha State are World Series champs this morning.
There you have it. Hawaii wins it. Hawaii is the best.
Wow, look at that. Hawaii beating South Korea 3-0. Some great pitching there to claim the title in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. It's their first series win since 2008. These kids did a great job.
Good for them. Look at those smiles.
Baseball.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. 9 minutes after the hour, some Democrats now say that illegal entry should not be a criminal matter. why our next guest says it's a campaign pitch that'll guarantee a loss for liberals.
We should have free public college for people $125,000 and below.
Democratic New York Governor Andrew Cuomo promised free tuition for low-income students. You'll never guess how many applications are actually being rejected.
Take the money and run.
Liberty Mutual accident forgiveness means they won't hike your rates over one mistake. See? Liberty Mutual doesn't hold grudges.
For drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise their rates because of their first accident.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Are you looking for vacation rentals? Search Home to Go Florida from $49, Home to Go California from $52, Home to Go New York, $59. Home to Go, the world's largest vacation rental search engine.
Home to go.
Hey, listen to this. Is there so much noise all around that you can't hear your TV sound? Or do you have to turn it up so loud that everyone screams? Turn it down. What you need is Own Zone headphones by Sharper Image. The perfect way to hear your TV loud and clear without disturbing anyone else. Own Zone headphone connects to virtually any make or model TV in seconds and helps you block out the surrounding sound just by putting them on. You can even control the volume directly from the headphones. Plus, with enhanced digital RF technology, it transmits wirelessly up to 100 feet, so you don't have to stay in your seat. Now, you don't have to dread watching TV in bed anymore, because you can hear loud and clear. You can enjoy your favorite TV show without disturbing your family. Watch the game with sound so clear you'd think you were in the stadium, or hear every word of your favorite movie like you were at the theater. Just plug the Own Zone transmitter into your TV, and it wirelessly transmits to your headphones, surrounding you with full stereo sound. Plus, they're super soft, cushioned, and adjustable. And because they transmit up to 100 feet, you can perfectly hear the game outside while you ride, or listen to the TV hands-free as you go through your morning routine. You've seen wireless headphones selling for hundreds of dollars, and they don't even connect to your TV. But now you can get Own Zone headphones by Sharper Image today for the special TV discount price of just $59.99. And they're backed by a 100% risk-free 90-day guarantee. We'll even pay to ship it back. But to really turn up this offer, you can get a second pair. Just pay a separate fee. We'll even ship it to you free. That's right, free shipping. You get all this and incredible value. Call or log on to getownzone.com.
My mom washes the dishes before she puts them in the dishwasher. So what does the dishwasher do?
New Cascade Platinum does the work for you, pre-washing and removing stuck-on foods the first time.
Wow, that's clean.
New Cascade Platinum.
You wouldn't accept an incomplete job from anyone else. Why accept it from your allergy pills? Flonase Sensimist relieves all your worst symptoms, including nasal congestion, which most pills don't. And all from a gentle mist you can barely feel. Flonase Sensimist.
Good morning and welcome back. It's now 13 minutes after the hour. Democratic candidates in Texas now pushing to decriminalize illegally crossing at the border. But is this just the left pandering for votes?
Beto O'Rourke on the left here, a Democratic Senate candidate who's running against Ted Cruz in what's going to be a pretty tight race, it appears, saying, quote, these asylum seekers attempt to do what I think any human would do, which is to request asylum in between ports of entry. We should not criminalize that. Here now to weigh in is the Director of Policy Studies at the Center for Immigration Studies, Jessica Vaughn. Jessica, thanks so much for coming back. He says that they're requesting asylum in between ports of entry. Now, for everybody at home, if you go to a port of entry, you get your asylum case and you can plead your case there. Is that really what's happening here, or are these people that just know they don't have much of a case for asylum trying to sneak in?
Well, these are people who have hired criminal smuggling organizations to bring them to the country illegally because they've heard that they will be released into the country without consequences and be able to live here indefinitely and, wait years for a court hearing, and which they may or may not show up to. I mean, to say that this is not going to be criminal anymore, or that it's not going to be illegal to come here illegally anymore, is obviously going to open up a free-for-all at the border if that were to happen. I mean, we already have 12 million illegal residents of this country to the cost of, more than $25 billion a year for taxpayers, and it would only get worse if this were to actually become the policy. I mean, and Texas knows this. They're on, that's ground zero for illegal entry in South Texas right now. And this would only enrich the criminal cartels that make money off of the smuggling trade. And it doesn't make sense at all from a policy point of view. It would be a disaster. We've got to get more border security, not open it up more to people, whether they're claiming asylum or not. He's really kind of romanticizing what's going on here. They're using asylum as a way to get into the country.
Jessica, 323,756 border apprehensions in this year alone. Is this type of messaging that O'Rourke is putting out there going to fly with voters come November? Is this the type of messaging they want?
I don't think so. Probably not in Texas. Not so long ago, border security and immigration enforcement were not really partisan issues, as we've talked on this show about politicians like Chuck Schumer and others who used to know that it was the right thing to say was to say we need more border security because that's what most Americans think we should have. I'm really surprised that Democrats are attacking this way, particularly in Texas, because after all, in those statewide races with the governor and other statewide representatives, they all know that Texans want to see more border security, not less, just like the rest of Americans. And this shouldn't be politicized in this way. And I don't think it's going to work for them.
Yeah, you just saw the three candidates that are pushing for this to be decriminalized. You see the situation in Mexico as that country really has deteriorated in recent years. The quality of life there, the cartels are much more powerful, it would appear. A lot of violence. They say you can't even really go to Cancun. Well, you can, but it's dangerous to go to even Cancun right now, which has always been a safe place. If they do decriminalize this and Mexico completely falls apart, it would be a mass exodus to the north, would it not?
We might see something along the lines of what's happening with Venezuela right now, where Venezuelans are fleeing to every other country that they can get to, including here. Yeah, decriminalizing would send a signal that our borders are open to all, and that really would be a humanitarian disaster and a disaster for our country because it would set off a mass rush for the border. I mean, people do pay attention to our policies in other countries, and the smugglers certainly know our immigration policies better than most Americans, and they would definitely take advantage of this, and it would turn into a disaster, particularly for Texas, because they are right on the front line in this issue.
323,000 apprehensions just this year, and it's only August. It is a huge problem. Jessica, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Time is now 17 minutes after the hour. A veterans volunteer group on the ground in Houston helping Hurricane Harvey pick up the pieces 1 year later.
This organization has saved lives. It's not only the mission that we serve, it's also our brothers and sisters that we meet.
All right, Janice Dean flew to Texas, and she's back in New York and is here with a new update.
Welcome back, Janice.
Hi. Hello, darling.
Managing my type 2 diabetes wasn't my top priority until I held her. I found my Traceba reason. Now I'm doing more to lower my A1C. I take Traceba once a day. Traceba controls blood sugar for 24 hours for powerful A1C reduction.
We'd been counting down to his retirement. It was our Traceba reason. He needs insulin to control his high blood sugar, and at his age, he's at greater risk for low blood sugar. Traceba releases slow and steady and works all day and night, like the body's insulin.
Traceba is a long-acting insulin used to control high blood sugar in adults with diabetes. Don't use Traceba to treat diabetic ketoacidosis, during episodes of low blood sugar, or if you are allergic to any of its ingredients. Don't share needles or insulin pens. Don't reuse needles. The most common side effect is low blood sugar, which may cause dizziness, sweating, confusion, and headache. Check your blood sugar. Low blood sugar can be serious and may be life-threatening. Injection site reactions may occur. Tell your prescriber about all medicines you take and all your medical conditions. Taking TZDs with insulins like Tresiba may cause serious side effects like heart failure. Your insulin dose shouldn't be changed without asking your prescriber. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing, fast heartbeat, extreme drowsiness, swelling of your face, tongue, or throat, dizziness, or confusion.
I found my Tresiba reason. Find yours.
Ask your healthcare provider about Tresiba. Covered by most commercial health insurance and Medicare Part D plans.
For those who are driven by purpose, who are building others instead of just wealth, giving back and never giving up, TIAA will help you live your definition of success. Whether you have $500 or $5 million. Investing, advice, banking, retirement. TIAA. Start today at TIAA.org.
Keeping faith in the president? After the Cohen bombshell, are evangelicals still supporting Trump? Pastor Robert Jeffress breaks it down with Shannon. Next, Fox News at Night.
Looking for a safer way to burn yard waste? Stop. Don't burn in a rusty barrel like this. Burn the safe way with the Burn Cage. It doesn't just burn, it incinerates, leaving nothing behind but fine ash. And when you're done, the Burn Cage folds up neatly for storage.
For a free information kit about the Burn Cage, call 1-800-731-6693. That's 1-800-731-6693. Online at burncage.com.
At Visiting Angels, we're all about family. So when it's time for your mom or dad to get the care they deserve, we're here to help. We'll work with you to select the right caregiver and craft a custom plan that fits your loved one's needs and gives you the peace of mind you're looking for. We know you want the very best for your loved ones. So begin your home care journey today by contacting Visiting Angels, America's choice in senior home care.
It's 21 minutes after the hour. Tiger Woods isn't taking the bait. The golfer shooting down a reporter's question about President Trump.
He's the president of the United States, and you have to respect the office. And no matter who's in the office, he may dislike personality or the politics, but we all must respect the office.
Nice. Tiger talking to the media after the final round of the Northern Trust Tournament in New Jersey. He finished in a tie for 40th place.
He didn't play too well last week, unfortunately. An outspoken critic of the NRA now coming to its defense. The ACLU speaking out against New York Governor Cuomo's so-called blacklisting campaign against the gun advocacy group. He's accused of trying to drive them out of business by threatening banks and insurers that work with the NRA. The ACLU says Cuomo's plan is unconstitutional.
It's been nearly 1 year since the city of Houston, Texas, was ravaged by Hurricane Harvey, but recovery efforts are still underway thanks to the veterans and volunteers at Team Rubicon.
And our own Janice Dean flew down to Texas to see the response firsthand, and she joins us now with their story. I was there in Houston during that storm, and afterwards, the amount of water was unbelievable.
It's incredible, and to think that it's been a year, and in some cases, people are still not in their homes.
Yeah.
I love this organization, Team Rubicon, and you will too after you watch this report.
There were over 200,000 structures impacted across Texas with Harvey.
Everyone else goes on with their own lives, but these people, some of them are still waiting to get into their homes.
We're 365 days later, and it's really important for people across America to understand that this recovery is still happening. Yep. A year later, and it'll still be happening next year. It'll still be happening the year after that.
Tell us how Team Rubicon came to be.
Our primary focus is recruiting military veterans to do disaster response work. I was in the Marine Corps. I started it with another Marine, and 8 years later, we've got about 85,000 volunteers across the country responding to disasters.
Can you believe it's been a year?
I cannot. It seems like yesterday for me. A lot of those pictures play over and over in my head while the storm was going on.
How did you get involved with Team Rubicon?
I was a struggling veteran looking for a way to rebuild myself. I give my life to this organization. It's completely brought me out of that hole.
I mean, look at this place. This is a major task right now, right?
This is an almost complete rebuild. In this house, in this room, you can see that we made cuts to replace the bottom half of the studs. This is where the water level was.
How long is it going to take to rebuild?
From what I'm told, this is our most complicated project to date, so we're estimating about 2 to 3 months.
And then what happens after that?
After that, we throw a welcome home party.
Do you see the people on their faces when they see the work that you've done?
Absolutely. And the hugs that they give you and the tears that are cried.
Can't put a price on that, right?
It is priceless. Everything gets pushed to the side, and that feeling of satisfaction you get after you accomplish something for someone else, it's amazing. While in the military, you had a sense of purpose. You know, you had a sense of camaraderie. Okay, you find that again here with Team Rubicon.
I was in the Air Force. When I got out, I kind of felt like a little boat in a big ocean that was lost. Team Rubicon is kind of my lighthouse.
This organization has saved lives.
It's not only the mission that we serve, it's also our brothers and sisters that we meet. Bonding with someone again and working for the same goal.
Rebuilding houses and rebuilding each other.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you, Jess.
Thank you.
Amazing. These are veterans. These are people who spend their lives in service, and afterwards they don't quite know what to do, and they join an organization like Team Rubicon and they feel a purpose again. Rebuilding homes and rebuilding themselves.
And
it's incredible.
There's so many houses and so many people that needed help after that, and the damage water does is just unbelievable.
Yes, so Houston, they're not only in Houston, they're in Florida. They'll be in Hawaii because of the damage from Hurricane Lane. This is a tremendous organization. If you want to support a great cause with great people, visit their website. That's teamrubiconusa.org. I love them, and I'm going to keep up with them and keep doing packages on this organization.
Good.
It's our veterans.
Love it.
That's the best of America right there.
Absolutely. Serving our country.
Janice, thank you so much.
Of course.
All right, a Fox News alert. They're accused of training kids to become school shooters at a New Mexico compound. And now a target of theirs has been revealed. We are live with what police just uncovered.
How happy are you right now?
So happy.
And how this puppy is bringing joy back to the family of a fallen American hero.
Used to daydream in that small town. Another foreign romantic.
At King's Hawaiian Foods, we believe that when great food and laughs are shared with others, life's just more fun. And who better to share it with than those closest to us, our neighbors. So, pull the grill out front, America. Be sure to have plenty of King's Hawaiian buns and barbecue sauce on hand. And let's make this the summer of the block party. King's Hawaiian Foods. Next time you're grilling, try our delicious King's Hawaiian barbecue sauces, crafted with the irresistible flavors of the islands.
Do you toss and turn all night, can't sleep because your spouse is snoring, or wake up with neck pain or a headache? If you're not getting the sleep you need, now you can with MyPillow.
I'm Mike Lindell, the inventor of MyPillow, and I had all these problems too. I tried every pillow out there and nothing worked, so I invented MyPillow. My patented fill does something no other pillow can do. MyPillow lets you adjust it to your exact individual needs regardless of sleep position and stays that way all night long so you get the best sleep of your life.
Before MyPillow, I had difficulty sleeping through the night. Now with MyPillow, I have a good night's sleep every night.
I tried a couple other more expensive pillows that were the foam pillows or memory foam, and it just didn't really work. As soon as I tried the MyPillow, it worked out great.
Other pillows go flat, causing you to fold them over or use your arm for support, which can cause pain. Hard foam pillows can raise your head too high, making you very uncomfortable. But the revolutionary MyPillow has patented fill that won't go flat and keeps your neck supported and aligned to your exact individual need. MyPillow helps you get and stay in deep sleep all night long.
Call now or go to MyPillow.com. Use the promo code on your screen to save over 50% on one of my best offers ever. I invented MyPillow because I believe everyone should get a great night's sleep. I do all of my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota, and every part of MyPillow is made in the USA. It's machine washable and dryable, and it comes with my 60-day money-back guarantee and a full 10-year warranty. I personally guarantee that MyPillow will be the most comfortable pillow you'll ever own.
Call now or go to MyPillow.com. Use this promo code and Mike will give you one of his best offers ever. Save over 50% on a 4-pack with 2 premium My Pillows and 2 Go Anywhere pillows. That's right, save over 50%. My Pillow comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee. Don't delay. Order now.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
It's absolute confidence in 30,000 precision parts. Or it isn't. It's inspected by Mercedes-Benz factory-trained technicians. Or it isn't. It's backed by an unlimited mileage warranty. Or it isn't. For those who never settle, it's either Mercedes-Benz certified pre-owned or it isn't. The Mercedes-Benz certified pre-owned sales event, now through August 31st, only at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer.
Okay, we are back with a Fox News alert. Chilling new details about that extremist compound in New Mexico. Authorities now revealing the suspects were planning a sinister attack on a hospital.
Our Todd Pyro joins us live to break down the busted terror plot. Todd.
Good morning, Jackie. Good morning, Rob. Prosecutors in Taos County, citing interviews with 11 children found starved and living in squalor, say suspect Yanni Lavalle singled out Atlanta's Grady Hospital as a target, wanting to confront so-called corrupt institutions, possibly because of treatment her mother received there. In addition, investigators recovered a 10-page handwritten document titled Phases of a Terrorist Attack, which allegedly instructed children to, quote, shoot or otherwise attack the non-believer. Authorities adding that Lavalle and her partner, Siraj Ibn Wahaj, would, quote, laugh and joke about dying in jihad. You'll recall that Wahaj allegedly took his 3-year-old son out of Georgia to New Mexico without taking medications the boy needed to treat severe health problems. The child's remains were found August 6th inside an underground tunnel at that compound. The latest filings from prosecutors come as part of their appeal of a district judge's order that could allow at least 3 of the 5 adult defendants to be released on house arrest with just ankle monitors. Judge Sarah Backus said the previous evidence was troubling, but did not indicate, in her estimation, any clear threat to public safety. In addition to child abuse charges, Lavalle is also being held on accusations by federal immigration authorities that she overstayed her non-immigrant visitor visa after arriving 20 years ago from Haiti. Rob and Jackie.
All right, Todd, thank you. We appreciate it. Heavily armed agents swarmed the Baltimore home of the gunman accused of opening fire at a video game tournament. Police say David Katz fired multiple shots, killing 2 people and injuring 11 others. It happened as a game of Madden NFL 19 played out at a mall in Jacksonville. Katz then turning the gun on himself. Witnesses say the shooter had just lost in the tournament and was upset about that. Investigators are working to figure out a motive this morning.
All right, a Fox News alert and a major victory in the fight against ISIS. The leader of an ISIS affiliate based in Afghanistan killed in a U.S. drone strike. Officials say Abu Saeed Orakzai was struck near the border with Pakistan. Orakzai is responsible for recent bombings that left hundreds of people dead. 10 other ISIS fighters also killed in that airstrike. International relations expert Dr. Rebecca Grant joined us earlier with reaction to that defeat.
Our strategy in Afghanistan is to try to hit the Taliban and ISIS remnants hard enough to make them negotiate. There were 746 airstrikes carried out in July, and that is more than we've seen in about a 5-year period. So that's very important to go forward.
All right, the death comes just days after an audio recording of the terror group's leader, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, was released, telling his followers to continue fighting. All right, the U.S. and Mexico could reach a new deal on NAFTA as soon as today, or at least their own trade agreement. The 2 nations are close to an agreement, likely clearing the way for Canada to rejoin discussions. President Trump has pushed an overhaul to the 24-year-old trade pact worth about $1.2 trillion every year.
A police officer with no fire training fearlessly runs into a burning home, saving a family with 6 children.
Is everybody out? Where are they at? They're inside? I got people inside that are trapped. Hey, come on, man. The house is on fire. Get out.
That is a hero right there, Officer Sam Click, running from room to room, saving children as young as 8 months old from the home near Dallas. Click was on patrol when he saw flames and heard some screaming. No word on what caused that fire.
All right, Senator John McCain remembered around the world this morning for his ability to transcend polarized politics and unite the country.
Despite our differences, much more unites us than divides us. We are fellow Americans, and that's an association that means more to me than any other.
Joining us now to react to the legacy of the political icon is former McCain-Palin presidential campaign advisor Ford McConnell. Ford, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me, obviously, on such a sad note. My condolences go out to the McCain family. But with the passing of John McCain, America lost a true public servant, a patriot, and a good man. And while we fell short in the 2008 presidential campaign, it was truly an honor to work for him, and I will forever be grateful.
You know, you had the opportunity to work very closely with him on a level that most Americans didn't get to see, the behind the scenes. Take us to those times you had with him when the cameras weren't rolling and he wasn't in front of the voters.
Well, you have to understand something about my job with McCain. When I went to work for him, I was not a regular McCainiac, a McCain person. I was there to do a job, and what I learned over the 11 months I spent with him was really invaluable. And really, it was all about his campaign slogan, country first. For John McCain, the 2008 election was not specifically about Republicans or Democrats or himself or Obama. It was about America and the direction of the country. For him, the country always came first. And when you see that, that is what really made John McCain a unique man.
You know, it's troubling right now. The country is more divided than maybe it's ever been, it would appear, and certainly in politics. There's just such little bipartisanship. To lose somebody like him, I think in a way reminds us how important it is to have politicians like that are willing to go across the aisle and make it work.
Oh, no question about it. You know, I hope that we start to see some more politicians like John McCain who understand that, yes, the elections can be rough and tough battles. But once the election's over, we have to come back together and do the American people's work. And unfortunately, right now, that is just not happening in Washington. And given the sort of raw nature of emotion around the country, I'm not sure we're going to see that anytime soon. But hopefully our better angels will prevail.
Ford, we just have about 15 seconds left. If you could boil down your time with Senator McCain, what's the one thing that you're walking away learning about him and what you're going to use in your life moving forward?
He was proud, principled, stubborn, but above all, a very good man.
All right. Ford O'Connell, thank you so much, sir, for your time.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
The time is now 36 minutes after the hour. 1 week before his confirmation hearing, thousands unite to protest Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh. Is this an indication of just how tough the confirmation battle will be? We are live in Washington.
We're going to make public colleges and universities tuition free. Tuition free. Tuition free. Tuition free.
So that's the plan, tuition free. But tell that to a long list of students getting rejected. How New York's Governor Andrew Cuomo is falling short on fulfilling his promise of tuition free.
Some believe if it's not German, it's not luxury performance. So we brought these Infiniti SUVs to Germany with American families to drive them.
This truck is only for German luxury auto, not for family or SUV.
VC Turbo. It's like two engines in one. How did Germany not do that first?
The Infiniti family of SUVs. There's nothing traditional about it. Lease the Infiniti QX50 for $379 a month at the Start Your Own Legacy summer sales event. Infiniti. Empower the drive.
Hi, I'm Dana Lash from The Dana Show. If you could be more heart healthy just by drinking a glass of delicious superfood, would you do it? Of course you would. There's one superfood I drink every day for healthy circulation and to make me feel great all day long. It's called Super Beets, and you can try it for yourself risk-free. Beets are loaded with an important nutrient that increases your own natural energy and stamina without stimulants. This powerful nutrient is incredible for supporting healthy blood pressure, too. I take Super Beets as my pre-workout in the morning and as a non-jittery pick-me-up in the afternoon.
I drink Super Beets twice a day, and I have this glow. So it really has helped me be who I am.
This allows me to sort of have my cake and eat it too. It allows me to get the energy that I need in a healthy, nutritious way.
I just feel like it's changed my life in the last 6 months because I'm able to do more things that I couldn't do before.
Super Beets is a functional food for circulation that you drink. It's effective and it's convenient. And just 1 teaspoon of Super Beets gives you the benefit of 3 whole beets. And only Super Beets is made from beets grown to exacting standards, then concentrated into superfood crystals using a patented technology.
Give Super Beets a try for 2 weeks. 1 week, just 1 week, and you will see a difference, I promise.
Don't wait another day to start increasing your energy.
During this special TV offer from Super Beets, with your first order, you'll receive another 30-day supply absolutely free. Plus our test strips that let you see for yourself how Super Beets is working for you, and free shipping. Try Super Beets today. It's guaranteed. You'll love it or your money back. Order your Super Beets today.
Call 1-866-286-8357. That's 1-866-286-8357 or go to discoversuperbeets.com today.
Diamonds at their lowest price in years. Half-carat solitaires are now $3.99, 1-carat $7.90, 2-carat $9.50 per carat, plus 1-carat studs $3.99. Insane prices on thousands of GIA diamonds and designer rings. Buy direct, the Jewelry Exchange.
As King Midas, I get special treatment. Here, you will too. Your oil change comes with a tire rotation as well. Ooh, I could put that on an airplane banner.
Our $19.99 oil change also includes a tire rotation. Book an appointment online.
Welcome back. Tropical storm Lane leaving Hawaii underwater. The Big Island slammed with more than 4 feet of rain. The severe weather causing dozens of landslides, one of them pushing a giant boulder onto a busy Hawaiian highway.
Wow. Dozens of people forced to evacuate their homes as officials warn of life-threatening flash floods, and thousands of people are without power along the islands. Janice has been tracking the storm. She joins us now with where things stand. 4 feet of rain. Yeah, that's insane.
Third wettest tropical system on record. Harvey was the first. Third wettest, yes. Over 40 inches of rainfall, and we're still getting those rainfall totals. Really incredible. Thankfully, the worst of the storm is over. Tropical Depression Lane, at one point, this was a Category 5, and we set some records. It was historic. There's the storm right now. It is moving westward, but we're still getting a flare-up of thunderstorms because of this system still kind of lingering. So we're going to see still the threat for rain across the Hawaiian Islands really over the next day or so. Current temperatures across the U.S., 75 here in New York, is going to get steamy again across the East Coast. We've got a cold front that's moving across the Midwest that's going to bring strong to severe storms. And in front of that, that's where we've got that really warm, moist air. So it's going to be very humid. The potential for strong to severe thunderstorms across the Great Lakes, upper Midwest, including large hail, damaging winds, isolated tornadoes. And that's going to go through this evening. And there's your highs today. Still very warm across really the central U.S. towards the East Coast. And then we've got the cooler temperatures across the West. Eventually here in the East, we'll get those fall-like temps. But, you know, if you like it hot, you'll enjoy it.
This
is the week. If you
Not
like
this
it
week.
Like, it's all like 90s this week.
I'll see you at the pool.
Yeah.
Go to all
let's do
your
it.
rooftop pools here in New York City. You go to.
You have
There
a
you
rooftop pool?
I don't have one.
But
My
sure
gym has one,
Okay.
and I use it all the time.
Thanks,
Janice, thank you so
Bye.
much. All right, just 1 week until confirmation hearings for President Trump's second Supreme Court nominee. And now Democrats vowing to block Brett Kavanaugh are worried one of their own might be on the fence.
Doug Zader live in Washington, D.C. this morning with the Supreme Court showdown. Hey, good morning, Doug.
Good morning. Well, Democratic activists really want to hold some feet to the fire over this to ensure that not a single Democratic supporter supports Brett Kavanaugh's nomination to the high court.
When I say Kava, you say no! Kava! No! Kava! No!
There were protests over the weekend to try to kill whatever momentum has been building to confirm Kavanaugh. Democrats pointed to the successful Republican effort to block President Obama's final court nominee, Merrick Garland, a nomination that never came to a Senate vote.
Let's have the same standard. No confirmation hearings until the 2018 election. Let's stop it. Stop it now. And make sure we have a Democratic House to have a break on this president after the 2018 elections.
All right, and under a lot of pressure now are Democrats like Virginia Senator Tim Kaine, who is still on the fence over whether to support Kavanaugh. Meantime, Kavanaugh is making the rounds, meeting with more than 60 senators, including at least 12 Democrats, while others have refused to spend time with him. And make no mistake, this is going to be a battle. This confirmation hearing will begin on September 4th, so buckle up. Back to you guys.
State Democrats decide to do. Thank you so much,
We're
Doug. We
always
appreciate it.
buckling up around here.
That's right.
Thank you. We appreciate it. The media ramping up impeachment talks to win back power for the left this November.
That could end up going to impeachment. Impeachment.
Could this actually help the GOP? Our political panel on deck to debate it.
But first, let's check in with Brian Kilmeade and see what's coming up on Fox and Friends. Hey, Brian.
I'm going to present it. Rob, you could nix it like you do at any point during the show. So I'm going to present it and tell me what you think. We're going to talk about John McCain. We're going to go through what's going to be this week, a salute to him and his life. That's going to be taking place right away. As well, let's put it all in perspective. We also review some of John McCain's appearances on our couch. Regardless of the studio, he always brought his A game. We're also going to talk about President Trump. You would think with all the bad news has been coming down, he'd be suffering. He is not. What it means for the midterms. Kevin McCarthy will be with us. What does it mean for his personal and legal challenges? Jonathan Turley will be here, as well as Pam Bondi. We're going to have a wide roster of guests, and I don't want you to miss a minute of it because it's all coming up on Fox and Friends if Rob approves.
I completely approve. Brian, thank you so much.
All right, good.
Nice,
I'll get started on the show then.
There too.
All right, good.
Wouldn't miss a minute. Oh, wow. See you later.
See you, Brian.
Know how he feels about us, huh?
When my hot water heater failed, she was pregnant, in-laws were coming, a little bit of water, it rocked our world.
I had no idea the amount of damage that water could do.
We called USAA, and they greeted me as they always do. Sergeant Baker, how are you? They were on it. It was unbelievable. Having insurance is something everyone needs, but having USAA, that's a privilege. We're the Bakers, and we're USAA members for life.
USAA. Get your insurance quote today.
So you have your headphones, chair, and your laptop, 24/7 tech support.
Yep. Thanks, guys. I think he might need some support.
Start them off right with the school supplies they need at low prices all summer long. Now save $150 on this Dell notebook at Office Depot Office Max.
Olay Deep Hydrating Eye Gel breaks through the competition. Olay Eyes with B3 Complex hydrates better than $100, $200, even $400 eye creams. That's something to see. Olay.
Tonight, Laura Ingraham is back. Powerful debate, smart opinion, and the no-holds-barred conversation you need. You don't want to miss this Ingraham Angle.
We all feel pressure. But it's how we respond that matters. 911, what is your emergency?
Earthquake! Get out of there, guys!
Oh my God.
Nowhere to run to, baby.
Let's get him out of here before this thing blows!
Got nowhere to run to, baby. Got nowhere to hide.
911 two-night premiere event September 23rd on Fox.
If you're curious to see, pull the tricks out of my sleeve. All you find is yours to be. The desires that you seek, hold my hand, I'll set you free.
Looking for a safer way to burn yard waste? Stop. Don't burn in a rusty barrel like this. Burn the safe way with the Burn Cage. It doesn't just burn, it incinerates, leaving nothing behind but fine ash. And when you're done, the Burn Cage folds up neatly for storage.
For a free information kit about the Burn Cage, call 1-800-731-6693. That's 1-800-731-6693. Online at burncage.com.
Being in sales, if I go into a customer and have coffee breath all day, it's not going to go over very well.
If somebody has bad breath, you just want to kind of stay away from them. It's pretty gross.
Bad breath is sulfur gas. SmartMouth eliminates and blocks smelly sulfur gas for 24 hours.
I think it really does what it says it does. I have noticed a big difference.
That's because SmartMouth actually works. SmartMouth. never have bad breath. Guaranteed.
A Board of Education chairman resigns after voting against the Pledge of Allegiance. According to the Republican-American Josh Adams, threw in the towel after the board in New Hartford, Connecticut, voted yes to beginning each meeting with the pledge. Adams says he does not pledge allegiance to anything. This comes after a nearby selectman created controversy for taking a knee during the pledge, as you may remember. And New York Governor Andrew Cuomo's free college program isn't making the grade, rejecting nearly 70% of the applicants. The liberal Cuomo initially said 940,000 families would qualify. Well, it turns out a little more than 20,000 students actually got the scholarship last year. That's only about 3% of the state's college students. Critics say there are simply too many restrictions for students to qualify. Rob?
Okay, Democrats racing, I should say, to regain power in Washington as the media has been talking a lot about the possibility of impeachment.
Are impeachment proceedings now more likely than ever?
Should that trigger the start of an investigation in the Judiciary Committee that could end up going to impeachment? Impeachment.
But could talk of impeachment backfire on the Democrats and actually help the GOP? Here now to debate that is Democratic strategist Chuck Rocha and Republican strategist Ashley Hayek. Guys, thanks for coming on this morning. Chuck, I want to start with you. Nothing would probably motivate Republican voters to get to the polls here in a couple of months more than the idea that their president might be impeached if Democrats control the House and Senate, right?
That's right, and Republicans know that. We've got a problem with off-year elections in the United States. My firm's been running elections for 20 years, and what you have in an off year is you have just the bases of both parties that show up to vote. So both parties need to get new people to show up. Luckily for Republicans, their voters normally show up at a higher rate than Democrats. But because of this off-year election, because of Donald Trump, there's a new energy out there. So you see the media, you see even Republicans talking about what they think the Democrats are going to do. They're trying to do everything they can to motivate a new group of voters who normally don't vote in off-year elections to show up, and this is exactly what's happening here.
All right. Ashley, how funny is it that, I mean, we've heard Maxine Waters and a few others screaming about impeachment, the fact that they could be doing themselves a disservice and a great favor for the Republicans. It's endlessly interesting, isn't it?
It is, and you'll see a lot of Democrats are actually trying to avoid talking about impeachment because it doesn't poll well. In the recent Quinnipiac poll, they showed that Americans are who supported impeachment is actually down 10% since January. But the Democrats don't have anything else to run on. They're completely anti-Trump and in favor of impeachment. They can't win the economy because GDP is growing at 4.1%. They can't win African Americans because unemployment is at a record low. They can't win women because unemployment is at a 17-year low. And their leadership is all over the place. One day it is Maxine Waters, and the next day it's socialist Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. And if we learned anything from Newt Gingrich in 1998, he actually ended up losing seats for the Republicans in the House when he continued the rhetoric of trying to impeach Clinton.
Right. All right, let's look at some numbers here. This is the number of times that impeachment was referred to on the big Sunday morning shows. The number is 41, and there's the breakdown right there. NBC said it 22 times, ABC 12, Fox even said it 7 times. A big goose egg for CBS. Chuck, what did you think of that? And do you think it's being over-discussed, over-analyzed, this possibility of impeachment when Bob Mueller's not done yet and we haven't really seen much against the president yet?
Well, Ashley brings up a great point about Newt Gingrich, and that was during the impeachment time of Bill Clinton. And you saw his numbers continue to rise as people were attacking him. I think people haven't forgotten that. As I run campaigns around the country, all of my candidates are talking about not impeachment, but saying let this investigation play itself out. If that's the conversation that needs to happen, let's have that conversation. But the TV and the bases out there and people who have to sell advertisements are out there saying this is exciting things that don't happen once in a lifetime. Donald Trump, whether you love him or you hate him, is very unique. He's very good for ratings, and people out there talking about all the salacious things that could happen on either side of the aisle on this issue.
Ashley, you know, last week, the president of the White House had a terrible week. It was probably one of the worst they've ever had. You had Manafort convicted on 8 out of 18 counts, and then you had this Cohen situation where he gets the plea deal. But none of this, at this point, depending on who you ask, gets back to the president. We've talked to a lot of analysts that say even Cohen insinuating that the president told him to make these payments, it's not illegal for the person that's running for office to spend a lot of money to try and silence people to win an election. So is this overhyped at this point? I mean, we still haven't seen much, if you ask some lawyers, that touches the president.
Again, if we look back at the polls, a poll just came out, a Wall Street Journal poll that showed that his approval rating is holding steady, to Chuck's point as well. And also, I think there's a lot of distrust amongst, the investigators of this. And so the combination of Americans' distrust of the FBI and the investigation, as well as how well our economy doing is what this president is actually doing in terms of his policies, you're going to see people who are going to want to keep things going the way they're going.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for your time this morning. It's interesting to hear all this discussion, and we're still waiting to get the final word from Bob Mueller. We appreciate your time.
Have a good morning, Rob.
All right.
Thank you.
Time is now 54 minutes after the hour. Watch this man out shopping. All's normal until he spontaneously erupts into a cloud of smoke. Look at that. What sparked that fiery explosion? Yikes, look at his leg.
And don't drink and ride. It's pretty funny.
Never a good idea, I tell you. Never.
Biting the dust, drunk on a horse. You got to see it coming up.
There might be a country song about that.
'Cause I saddle up my horse and I ride into the city. I make a lot of noise 'cause the girls, they are so pretty. It is such a good night to kiss. It is such a good night to dance. It is such a good night to
A bad day on the road still beats a good one off it. Progressive helps keep you out there.
What if you had a medical emergency away from home?
My chest hurts. I can't breathe.
What you need is Mobile Help, America's premier mobile medical alert system. Most systems only work at home, but with Mobile Help, you get help outside the home with coverage nationwide on one of the largest cellular networks at the press of a button.
I couldn't dial 911 because I was out of it. I just pushed the button, and when I woke up, I was in the hospital.
I don't have to worry about if I'm near help or if I even know where I am. I have Mobile Help. They know where I am.
I have a number of health issues. If you were to call 911, they would not know what your issues are. Mobile Help has all of that on file, so the emergency responders already know what my needs are.
There are things I wouldn't do if I didn't have Mobile Help.
Mobile Help is a lifesaver, literally and figuratively.
With Mobile Help, I feel safe, I feel secure, and I have my life back.
Call the number on your screen for a free full-color brochure. We'll send you everything you need, including this base station, the patented mobile device, and the waterproof pendant and wrist button. You can also add the fall button that automatically detects falls and signals help even if you are unconscious and unable to press the button. There is no equipment to buy and no long-term contract. For a limited time, you will also receive a free emergency key box with your plan purchase. Don't settle for a medical alert system that only works at home.
Mobile Help has given me my life because I'm not restricted anymore. I have freedom to live now.
Join the thousands of people nationwide already using Mobile Help. And remember, Mobile Help keeps you safe coast to coast.
Call 1-800-804-3565. That's 1-800-804-3565.
We believe in rock and roll. We believe in blasting it down the fairway, turning up the heat and the fun. At Del Webb, we believe in life well led, in your own beautiful, smartly designed home, in an active adult community with sushi